All right, while promoting the Blu-ray release of Kingsman, The Secret Service, director Matthew Vaughn admitted in an interview with Yahoo UK that he was indeed working on the script for a sequel to the comic book-based movie. Vaughn stated, "Well, the good news is that I'm writing it next door at the moment. If I think I can get the script good enough, then we are making it. So again, stay tuned, but we are doing our damnedest to make that happen." The first movie made over $400 million worldwide on an $80 million budget, so it's no surprise that a sequel is in the works. However, the original movie was based on a limited 6-issue series by creator Mark Milllar, who has yet to write a comic book sequel. Dennis, what are your thoughts on a Kingsman sequel?
Well, I really enjoyed the first one. Me, Schnepp, and Alicia did a spoilers review of it, and we all enjoyed it, and I liked it. That being said, I never really thought at the end, like, I have to see a sequel to this. Am I glad they're doing it? Yes. And I definitely check it out. But there's also some, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen the first one, but it's definitely going to be a different movie than the first one because of stuff that happens. And so I'm interested in seeing what they do with it. Also, even though he says he's working on the script, and it did make a lot of money, so it's most likely going to get a sequel, but that doesn't mean 100% there's going to be a sequel. He may get distracted. Maybe the script doesn't work out the way he wants it to, and he may get other projects that distract him, and it's possible that it's not 100% sequel coming. Mark?
Yeah, this seems to be something that's on his mind right now anyway, with the success of the movie and the Blu-ray too. So I like that Matthew Vaughn is taking the approach of, hey, I'm going to work on a script, and if I can get it good enough, then we're going to make it. If I don't like where it's going, I'm not going to worry about it. The fact that Mark Millard he hasn't written a sequel to it yet, gives me some concern, but I think that watching this universe, I loved watching this movie, and there's so many more stories you can tell. This might be something that Matthew Vaughn wants to revisit now or 10, 15 years down the road, because Matthew Vaughn is going to have no shortage of opportunities with projects, either in the big budget world, in a Star Wars galaxy, something else, or a smaller film. So he can come back to Kingsman at any time he wants. It seems to be the forefront of his mind right now. Whether he can get that script in shape to want to make a movie now or later, that's still up in the air.
David?
This needs to happen. I want to see it happen. I love Kingsman. It has that James Bond feeling. They could easily make sequels off of this. I mean, such a good creative team that created this whole concept anyway with Secret Service. I mean, you had Mark Millard, you had Dave Gibbons, who was the artist behind Watchmen, of course, the famous series there. I think it would be incredible if they made this. And also, it's just Mark Millard, everything he does is just going to gold.
Yeah.
He has a series out right now that just finished yesterday or Wednesday called Chrononauts, and that got picked up. I mean, he has a series called Superior, which might be optioned up for a movie. I mean, everything he writes, he puts out. He's a workaholic. I bet he already has a story in his head that he could be coordinating with Matthew Vaughn. Maybe we just don't know about it.
Do we think that he has to? I mean, I would think he would have to be working with Vaughn in order to make the Kingsman film the sequel that we want, right?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. So I guarantee that his publisher wants to put out another Secret Service series because of the film success, for sure.
Well, and don't forget, Civil War, that was Mark Millar.
Yeah.
He did that for Marvel, and now they're making a movie. I mean, we don't know how closely they're going to stick to his storyline, but that definitely was his concept.
Because isn't he the go-to guy on basically a lot of the X-Men and all the Fox? He's kind of their advisor.
It explains his working relationship with Vaughn too,
right,
because of Days of Future Past, which Vaughn helped create, and then First Class, which Vaughn directed. So,
and then what do you think about Mark Millard if he isn't part of this sequel writing process? Are you guys concerned?
I would be a little concerned, but I'd still, I don't think it's a reason to hold back the project, because Vaughn has such a directorial flair in the way that he made this movie and crafted this universe. A lot of it is on him as well. So I think that he understands this world enough to give us another story.
Well, I haven't read The Secret Service because I guess the original title is The Secret Service, not Kingsman. But I heard it's loosely based on it. It's not like an exact panel for panel, scene by scene type of translation. What about you, David?
I think that's a good thing. I think because of the loosely based concept, Matthew Vaughn can take it where he wants to go. I think that, for me, that was a problem with Watchmen. I think Watchmen was too loyal. I mean, if you read the comic, it's almost, there's some parts that are almost word for word, which it's a beautiful comic book, but it's just almost too loyal. I like Game of Thrones, when showrunners and directors and writers start taking liberties and making it their own, I think it becomes better.
They're taking a lot of liberties with Game of Thrones recently.
Yeah,
but hey, I don't read the book, so I don't care.
Yes.